Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Welcome back to another What's for Dinner. We have a theme for this week and I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know about y'all, but I love college football. I love football in general, but especially college football and especially Clemson football. And around this time of year, we love to cook food that we can eat in front of the TV. The tailgate type foods that are easy to eat. We use our fingers a lot. So this week, we're gonna be specializing in all foods that you can eat while you're watching football. Tonight, we're gonna have barbecue country style ribs and homemade potato salad. Okay, so we've got our ribs on our shallow baking pan. I'm just gonna season these up. Instead of just regular salt, I decided I would use some seasoned salt. So I'm gonna do that to both sides as well as some pepper. All right, now we're gonna put some garlic on top, which is not the easiest thing to do, but I don't want it to clump up too much. But you want a little bit of garlic on each one. Now I'm just gonna put the lemon on top before we put it in the oven. We're gonna be cooking these low and slow in the oven. I've got the oven preheated to 250. I'm gonna put these in for an hour uncovered, and then I'm going to cover them with tinfoil for the second hour. The third hour, we will put barbecue sauce on top. I am going to hard boil a couple of eggs. I use this little contraption. I've got it linked in my Amazon store if you're interested. I really like it because not only is it really easy to use, but it's also easy to peel the eggs once they're done. For this recipe, we're only going to use half of a bell pepper and half of an onion. Okay, these are done. I'm going to transfer these to some ice water. I'm gonna turn it the opposite way and try to chop it this way. I don't know how this is gonna work. Never done this, so trial and error. To our potatoes, we're gonna add the half of onion, half bell pepper, and the 2 hard-boiled eggs, 8 ounces of dill relish, half a cup of mayo. I'm using Duke's, 1 tablespoon of mustard, a half a teaspoon of white sugar, and salt and pepper to taste. All right, now that this is done, it just needs to go in the fridge to cool down. We've still got a couple of hours, maybe 2.5 hours left on our ribs, so this is gonna cool that entire time. I don't know if this will fit or not. Let's see. Yes. These little cover-ups that I'm using that look like little shower caps came from the Dollar Tree. So these were in the oven for an hour at 250. I'm gonna cover them now so they don't dry out, and they're gonna go back in for another hour at 250. All right, I'm gonna transfer these to a plate and drain off all of this liquid. Now these are gonna go back in the oven at 250 for 1 more hour, but we're gonna put the barbecue sauce on it this time. You could certainly make your own barbecue sauce. We're just gonna use this Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay, back in the oven for 1 more hour.
This looks delicious.
It smells so
Been smelling
good.
this for
3 hours.
3 hours now. Oh, I can just kind of cut into that with my fork there. Wow. That is really good. Really tender. The lemon with the barbecue sauce, it's really good. The richness of the barbecue sauce, and it's a little spicy, so then when you hit the potato salad, it cools you off. That's really good.
Is this good football food?
Oh, definitely, for sure. Wow.
Tonight for dinner, we are having baked chicken wings, and we're also having a new recipe to us. It's called deviled egg macaroni salad. To get started, we're gonna start on the deviled egg macaroni salad so that it will have time to cool in the fridge while the chicken wings are cooking. I found this recipe on Pinterest. I will have it linked below. We are halving it just because we don't need the full amount. So I'm doing 5 eggs in this egg cooker. I need to hard boil these, and then I need to go get my pasta cooking. I'm only gonna be using about half of this box. For this recipe, I just need about 1/4 cup of diced or chopped onion, so I'm not gonna pull my onion chopper out for this since it's so little. Even that little bit of onion, I'm crying. I miss my onion chopper. I also need to chop up these dill pickles. While we're waiting on the pasta to boil and the eggs to be done, I'm gonna go ahead and start on homemade ranch. I say it's homemade, but honestly, it's just this powder right here. I need 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, and I need 1.5 tablespoons of the ranch powder. This is the first time I've used this. This is the OXO salad dressing container, so I'm really hoping it does not leak. Here's the test. So far, so good. No leaks. I used to have one from the Dollar Tree, and it leaked all over the place. So I splurged and got this one on Amazon. I've got it linked in my Amazon store below if you're interested. All right, I think that's good. I'm gonna put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. The eggs are done, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop them in some ice water just to cool them down. I'm just gonna chop up these eggs, do them that way, and then I turn them and do it that way. And I'm just gonna add it to the macaroni. All right, to that I'm gonna add all of my onion and pickles, a couple of tablespoons of mustard, and a little more than half a cup of mayo. Salt and pepper to taste. All right, I'm just gonna put the lid on this and put it in the fridge until we are ready to eat. All right, we're gonna get started on our chicken wings. We prefer the drumettes, the really small little chicken legs, but you could use just regular chicken wings. We've got 2 packages here. We're gonna go ahead and wash these. Okay, I'm gonna dry these off really well. Okay, so we're gonna add our chicken wings to this big bowl. Then we are going to coat them with melted butter. We have a stick of butter that we've melted. I'm going to pour it over it and make sure they're really good and coated before we add our spices. The fun part is making your own rub. Of course, you can buy pre-made rubs, but we made this one. It has some brown sugar in it, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika. I'm gonna have all of that listed below. But we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle this on and make sure they get really good and coated. I'm gonna put them on this broiler pan. That way the juices drip down. They're gonna go in the oven at 350 for about an hour or so.
All right, this looks good. Okay, let's get into one of these here. Oh wow, look at that. That looks amazing.
Smells good.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, that is really good. Wow, that is delicious. Oh man, those spices. That spice rub is really good. And the chicken is just coming off the bone. I love the spice with the brown sugar. Let's try this macaroni. What is it called? The macaroni?
Deviled egg macaroni salad.
Deviled egg macaroni salad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's good. Best of 2 worlds here, macaroni and deviled egg.
So I was thinking afterwards, the recipe doesn't say to add it, but what if I added a little bit of apple cider vinegar to it? Would that give it more of a deviled egg taste?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe finish it with a little bit of paprika on top.
That makes sense, yeah. Okay.
This is really good.
Is it?
It goes well with a spicy dish like this. You know, something that's spicy and savory. Kind of breaks it up.
So is this good football food?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Hey y'all, it's our last meal of the week and y'all know what that means. It's Subbie Supper night. Tonight we're gonna do things a little different. We're gonna do more traditional football food, which is just finger food. So we're doing a night of appetizers. We've got 2 different appetizers that we're doing, one of which came from one of y'all. So I'll introduce her in just a little bit, but we're gonna get started on the other one first. We're doing bacon wrap Smokies. This recipe is so incredibly simple and so tasty. I've got a pound of bacon, I have a 14-ounce package of cocktail weenies, some toothpicks, and about 3/4 a cup of sugar. That's all we need. The first thing I'm gonna do is cut the bacon into thirds. All we're gonna do is just wrap each individual Smoky with a piece of bacon, secure it with a toothpick, and put it on a baking sheet. I've lined my baking sheet with a piece of parchment paper. All right, we've got them all set up on here, and we're gonna add a little bit of black pepper before we add our brown sugar. I've got about 3/4 a cup of brown sugar, and I'm just gonna sprinkle this over top. I didn't need the whole 3/4 a cup. I think I used about a 1/2 cup. These are gonna go in the oven at, I think it calls for 325, but the other thing that we're making needs 375, so we're gonna meet in the middle at 350. So we're gonna put these in the oven at 350 for like 40 to 45 minutes. Now it's time to make our pizza dip. This recipe comes from Janna, and it is our Subbie Supper. Janna lives in Oklahoma, and she lives with her husband, Mark. She has 2 daughters and 1 son. She also has a granddaughter. She said her granddaughter is absolutely perfect. They love to entertain, and they said that this particular dish is one that gets requested a lot of times when they do entertain. So thank you so much, Janna, for sending it in. We cannot wait to give it a shot. All right, to get started, I have an 8-ounce block of cream cheese that is at room temperature. We also need about 3/4 a cup of sour cream, so almost this whole container. I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate this before I add the rest. I've got 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna add in some black pepper. Okay, I'm just gonna add this into this greased baking dish as our bottom layer. The recipe calls for about a cup of pizza sauce, but she said you could use more if you wanted to, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this. Now we're just gonna add on our pepperonis. Obviously I have the minis, that's what she suggested. Now we're gonna do a layer of mozzarella cheese. And we're gonna throw just a few more pepperoni on top. The recipe says to put this in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes, but like I mentioned, we've got ours at 350, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on it and just wait until it's bubbly.
Good. I'm excited about this.
We've got football on. I've got it on mute so y'all don't have to listen to it, but we're gonna dig in.
Man, I'm ready.
Let's do taste testing.
Okay.
Which one's first?
I'll go with the pizza dip first. How
Okay.
about that? All right. Some big old Fritos. That looks good. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That is really good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm watching football.
Wow, that's really good. First of all, I love it with the Frito scoops. That is really a nice touch for this dip. But yeah, it just has a lot of that pizza flavor. I mean, you got the pepperonis and the cheese and the cream.
She recommended using the Frito scoops, so
Yeah.
I took her recommendation.
Really good.
Well, I already ate one of the Smokies, and they're really good. Perfect football food.
Can't go wrong with bacon wrapped Smokies. All that brown sugar. So you got the saltiness of and the smoky flavor of the bacon, and then you got the brown sugar over it. That's really good.
This pizza dip is so good. I love the tiny little pepperoni. Like that's perfect. Thank you, Janna, for sending in this recipe. We are totally enjoying this. We're gonna keep watching football and enjoy our evening. I hope y'all enjoyed this week's meals. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Stop making me laugh. Please. Stop! Go away! Stop, seriously. And that's it for this week's meals. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to join my YouTube family. Hit that red subscribe button. Click the little bell next to it so you'll get notified anytime I upload. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.